When you start with your project, changing out something like this, you want to make sure the power is turned off. You want to use a wand, indicate, or just basically make sure, use a multimeter. Make sure the power is turned off. You do not want to hurt yourself. Getting shot, basically. Okay. Okay, we're changing out an emergency ballast. CFL ballast here, and then we have the emergency ballast here. This is the push button switch, which allows you to test the ballast to see if the light works without any power. This one does not. So this is where you start. You would go and pull this out, and you want to go ahead and disconnect this guy right here. This is the battery section. It has a lot of amperage in here, even though it's low voltage. You want to go ahead and pull that apart. Okay, we've disconnected the battery power, and now we're going to go up above, and we follow the conduit to the emergency ballast here. We'll have to unbolt it, and then from here we'll go around to the CFL ballast. We'll go to that in a second. So yes, you're gonna rip all this out. Start from scratch. All this comes out. Okay, you've cleaned out the area here now. So you have your power coming in here. You have your neutral, ground, and your line basically. And on this side, this is your wiring, 2 reds, 2 blues that go to the light socket. Now you need to install the ballast here, and then you're going to install the new emergency ballast. So you can see I've got this side disconnected, and I've got this side disconnected, and that's how they look. Okay, and so now the next thing is to remove this. This is what it looks like after you tear everything out. Again, you got your power, and then you got your lamp, basically a socket, and we're halfway done, and start putting this back together with new parts. These are the old parts. This is the old emergency ballast. This is going to be thrown away in recycling. This also is going to be thrown away in recycling. This is the CFL ballast. You can see how aged it is, but when you change an emergency ballast, you want to change the regular ballast also at the same time. Make it all look fresh. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this apart and go ahead and install the new ballast here and get new wiring in. Okay, we now have changed out, taken out the old ballast. Boy, look at the browning right here. That's a lot of heat spot right there. And then we've got the new ballast on its plate, ready to go for install. Okay, let's go ahead and start working on this next and get this installed. Okay, you've installed the new emergency ballast, and now you're getting ready to go ahead and get this switch side plugged in, and then go ahead and work on this guy over here next. All right, so you got your conduit hooked up to your switching area, and then now you got it mounted to the emergency ballast, mounted to the framing here, you know, the supports, and then you got your electrical going into the ballast box. So now you got your wires ready to go here. You got your wires for the light socket, and then your power wires. All right, Gonna do a nice neat job here. All right. Okay, the CFL ballast is mounted in the back here. You can see part of it there. Now it's mounted on that backing plate. So now you got all this finished here. All you gotta do is basically hook up the wires. Now you need to follow the schematic, and you know, you need to know how to read a schematic when you hook this stuff up. It's actually pretty easy if you know how to do it. So that's why you go to school. Okay. Okay, so this is a 1 lamp fixture. So I'm going to be using, oops. I'm going to be using this schematic here to build my light. Okay, it looks like we got the hardware done and the wiring done for the light here. The ballast is in, everything's clean. All right, all we need to do now is just go and finish up the wiring here on the switch. All right, so we got the emergency light working like it should. This is the whole issue right here, is to make sure it's working when the power's out. Okay, it's time to turn on the power and let's get final results. Okay, the final results. This area is now lit up and properly working, and we'll go ahead and do another one tomorrow upstairs. Get that one knocked out, and then we'll come back downstairs and do the one by the cafe. One a day, okay? Now you see how involved it is. I don't know, it's almost 4:30, so 1:30 to 4:30 was about 3 hours or so. I don't know. All right, bye.